Today's adventure starts right here in the Greenfield Park, located in Wilmington, North Carolina. Let's go take a walk around this park, see what it has to offer, the walking trails, maybe even a little bit of wildlife. Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitch Yeti here. And today, as I said in the title opening scene, we're in Greenfield Park, located in Wilmington, North Carolina, right off of 3rd Street. And I've never been to this park before, but I've passed it many times throughout my life, never have stopped and checked this place out. I've just always known, I remember as a kid, we'd go by here and you would see the people out here on paddle boats. And I used to love paddle boats as a child, but parents, we never stopped for whatever reason, man. My dad would not stop. So today we're going to walk around the park. There's some trails here and just take in a little bit of the wildlife maybe and pure beauty of this park. A lot of moss around here. Look at that. Some mossy trees. They're so cool. Don't ever touch them though. They got like little bugs that will get on you and get in your hair. It's just gross. So don't touch the moss. Just look at it. Pro tip. So right here is the parking lot area down this path. And I love looking at these trees. Man, I love moss. There's something about it. It's just so pretty. I don't really know where I'm going today, so we're just gonna wing it. Walk around. If you're riding bicycles, they got a place right here where you can park your bikes, kind of chain them up using these holes, which is kind of cool. Some water fountains. I don't know how many people actually use this park these days, but I've never seen like an abundance of people here. What we got down here? This here is the Dixon Bald Ridge Docks at Greenfield Lake Park. And right there is some paddle boats. There's some people out there some people out there fishing. And right out of the gate, we see some wildlife as we see some mossy back turtles. I call him mossy back because he's got like green moss growing on his back right there, that little guy. What's up there, Michelangelo? There's Michelangelo, Leonardo. Back here's Donatello. I don't know where Raphael is. Of course, I'm just joking. Right there he is. We call him Raphael. There's turtles everywhere here. And what is that? Look out there in the middle. It's like some kind of a vehicle submerged. All right, let's push forward, shall we? See what else we can see around this place. One reason I picked this park today here in Wilmington to come to is A, I've never been here before, but B, there's a lot of alligators that hang around in these waters. So we're gonna keep our eyes peeled for some alligators today. Hopefully we can see one. One thing you will not see me do is I respect alligators a lot. So if you see one, you do not go up to it and you don't do anything. You just view it from afar. And I was just talking to somebody and I was like, yeah. I said, I remember my dad years ago told me, he said, if an alligator ever gets after you, always zigzag. Don't know if that works, but the zigzag movement might slow it down a little bit. If you run in a straight line, he's going to probably catch you because they're really fast. So just keep that in mind. Alligator ever gets after you for whatever reason, maybe you can zigzag and maybe that'll help you get away. Who knows? I'd rather zigzag and not zigzag, I think, because you know, in a straight line, you're probably lunch. All right, check out this little spot right here. It's kind of neat looking. I'm so glad I come out here this time of year here in the spring. It's not hot. I can imagine this place in the summertime might be a mosquito or two. I'm just kind of looking around. I don't see no alligators. But we definitely want to keep our eyes peeled because there is quite a few of them on these banks. We just keep our eyes peeled. It's a pretty cool place right here, man. If you got some kids, have a nice little park right here. It's kind of fenced in to keep the wildlife away from them. You know, kind of hang out. It's really beautiful out here. Nice little picnic area over there. Some covered places. All right, friends, I have made my way in position. I think I found our first gator for today, and it's just maybe about 35-40 yards straight out. Looks like a log, but it moved a few minutes ago. So let's see if we can zoom in on the first gator of the day. You can see his head and his body just kind of floating there, right there in the middle of the screen. Just hanging out. I don't know if you can make that out or not. He does look like a log, but a few minutes ago, me and another visitor, we was just checking him out, and he was like, "Hey man, you see that gator over there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He kind of moved a little bit. Now he just kind of stopped right there. He's just kind of hanging loose. I'm a little close to these banks, so I'm going to kind of make my way back on the path. We're going to see if we can just kind of circle around the lake here. Like I said, I've never been here before, so right here we have us a geese. Look at this geese sitting over here. He's watching these people. You know, I think one of the funniest things I've ever seen is I actually seen a geese get after somebody one time. They went walking up to it thinking they was going to pet it, and he started squawking and went after somebody and watched them run. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't mess with live animals. Like animals out in the wild like this, I kind of keep my distance. So right here we have us some signage. They call this the Bryan Bike Path. So we're just going to head down this way, down this paved drive right here. And I gotta say, this place is quite expansive. It doesn't look that big from the road, but as you can see, the path that goes around through here, there's a lot more to this park than meets the eye, as Optimus Prime says. It's very beautiful. All this greenery, that moss looks so cool. Oh man, I remember when I was a kid, you'd go out in the woods, you find this right here, the honeysuckles, and you can actually pluck that flower and suck it's like a honey flavor inside of it. And I always really loved honeysuckles, but right here's some growing in this greenery. Got quite a bit of it right here. Back when I was a kid and be out playing in the woods with my friends, you come across a big old honeysuckle patch like that, we'd be out there, all of us picking them, sucking the goodness out of them. I wonder if kids do that anymore. Does most of them even know what a honeysuckle, flower is? Check this out. This is kind of cool. I wonder if we can see something interesting from this platform here. This little pier. Oh man, what is that? I don't know if you guys can see it, but something is under the water out there swimming. I think there's going to be too much glare for you to really see it, but something out there pretty big moving. That might be another gator right there. Or a really big fish. I don't know what kind of fish they have in there, but whatever that is, it's a nice size. That thing, whatever it is, that is big. It might be like two really big fish. Yeah, I can see them now. That's fish. God, that's some big fish. Look at those things. It might be more than two. It might be three of them there together. I thought it was a gator, but it's not. Wow. Oh man, that is cool. That is just too cool. This is why I like getting out and doing stuff. Just little moments like that. And it's really cool. And right here comes another turtle. He's coming over this way. I wonder if people feed them. I remember my mom and dad used to take me to places like this when I was a kid, and we would feed them, like take bread and feed ducks and stuff like that. These guys, he's coming this way. That's a pretty good sized turtle. All right, so now I'm gonna hit the path and keep walking, see what else we can see. I really thought we was gonna see a gator right through here. I mean, just look at these waters, man. Don't they just look like right out of Crocodile Dundee movie or something? All right, and hunt for some gators here at the Greenfield Lake Park. This is awesome. Look how beautiful that is out through there. I mean, it's just so green and lush. And man, there are just squirrels everywhere. A lot of turtles. My grandpa, back in the old days, would catch turtles. And he'd eat them. And my grandma would actually make some kind of, like a turtle soup or something. I don't know. I never tried it. I was a picky eater when I was a kid. But they would do that. He would love this place because there's just turtles everywhere. But as I was about to tell you, my birthday's coming up soon. Really excited about that. Even as I'm getting older, you know, I used to think that my birthdays as I get older wouldn't be special no more and stuff, but this day and time, it's like a real blessing every time you have a birthday. So I tend to have the attitude I'm going to enjoy it and make the most of it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do this year. Me and my wife are going to head back to Florida, and we're going to Walt Disney World, and I want to do a few things. Number one, I want to ride the new ride down there at the Magic Kingdom Tron light cycle. I definitely want to do that. And I was watching a video the other day on YouTube where you can actually make your own action figure, you know, at the Tron place, like where the ride is. They have a store there, and you can actually make your own action figure and put like sayings to it where you push a button and just you talking and your face would be on the action figure. So maybe I'll do that. We have to see, because you have to make reservations, like an appointment to do it, to say the lines and get the right video and pictures made of your face where they can put it on the action figure. So I might do that. And if I do that and it all works out, I'll make a video about it, and you guys can see me turn into an action figure. So that might be kind of cool, might be kind of fun. So that being said, that's kind of the plan. That's kind of the plan. We're gonna go to Disney World. We're gonna eat some food. I'm really looking forward to going to the Flower and Garden Festival. They have some new items this year. Might try a couple of them. But there's always the goodie favorites that I always like to eat. And that cheesecake is like a honey infused cheesecake. I always like that one. Oh my God, that stuff is so good. I can't wait to check that out. And then they got all the 100 years of Disney merch, things like that. So there's a lot of fun stuff we're going to do down there. Really looking forward to it. And I like going to Disney World because I like just going down there and hanging out at the resort some, which the resort is a whole nother thing that really makes me excited. Is this would be the first time I've ever stayed at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, and we have a Savannah View room. So in other words, there's going to be like wild animals right outside of my room. You're going to have giraffes and all kind of different Animal Kingdom animals, like right there. That's going to be so awesome. And this is also the 25th anniversary of the Animal Kingdom, so we're going to go in there and check that out. See what kind of specialty stuff they have to celebrate that. Man, Walt Disney World doing a lot of celebrating these days. We just got over the 50th, and now we're starting the 100 years of Walt Disney. And on top of that, we got Animal Kingdom's 25-year anniversary going on. So there's a lot of stuff happening. We're definitely going to take advantage of it. Try not to break the bank. My wife would try to keep me under control the best she can. But I don't know, man. I'm a kid at heart, and I enjoy myself when I go to the Walt Disney World. So, but I try to be a good boy. All right. We're gonna have to get off this path because we gotta get closer to the water. We ain't gonna see no gators way up here. I don't know how I ended up next to this street. So let's take a path and get a little closer. All right, this looks like a good place, if there was one, to head back down toward the water area. Got us a nice little fountain right here. Ain't this pretty, yo? Look at this. Yeah, I like this. I'm digging this. This is my type of stuff. I see quite a few of these signs hanging around the pathways. Don't forget to scoop the poop. If you have a dog, make sure you clean up after it. Look at this old thing right here. That's not been used in quite a while. Look at this big old bridge that we got up here to walk across. Thing's got quite a bit of incline to it. I'm not 100% sure about this, but I believe this was in a TV show at one point. I think I've seen this before. It looks so familiar. If you recognize this spot, put in the comment section down below. But I'm gonna think this was in a TV show, maybe in some episode or a movie or something. It looks so familiar right now. So there was another passerby just walked by me, and he was asking me, have you seen any gators? And I was like, yeah, I think I've seen one over there. He's just resting. But he said the direction we're going, there's actually one, probably about a 9-footer. He said you see it swimming along. I'm like, oh man, that's what we want to see. We want to see Big Daddy. That's right, Killer Croc. That's what we want to see. Right out of DC Comics, if you know who Killer Croc is. That's he was a foe of, I think, Batman. Wasn't Batman Killer Croc, or was it the Flash? Might have been the Flash. Anyway, we want to go see a big one. Let's go. Let's keep our eyes peeled. Let's get it. So this area is really big. I'm gonna keep walking a little bit further before I turn around and head back. We're going to check out a place called Jackson Point Picnic Area. And that's probably going to be my turnaround spot because we're not even halfway around this lake. And I can't spend a whole lot of time here today, but we're going to check it out, and then we're going to double back and walk around a little bit the other direction and see if we can see any gators from that side, if this is a bomb. So this right here is got to be the area. I was looking on my Google Maps to kind of get an idea, but this here is called Jackson Point Picnic Area. Right here, some picnic tables. Got a little swing out here. Can't really see a whole lot over that greenery. It's quite peaceful. Look at all these pine cones. That is a lot of pine cones. I'll come over here and see if we can see anything other than that geese right there at Goose. This is a beautiful little spot right here. Really is nice. Look at that view. That is so beautiful. This is what we're going to do. See, I could keep walking and going back around this direction, but we're not going to do that because that's going to take a lot of time, and my wife would be waiting on me. So we're going to double back and walk a little bit the other direction, the opposite way that we came. And sometimes you can find some gators down there people have seen, so we're going to go try that out. So all right, friends, we have made it back to that big old fancy bridge we walked across, and I'm looking at about probably an 8-foot gator, maybe 25 yards off the bridge. So check out this bad boy. He is just hanging out right here. See if we can zoom in. But right there in the middle of the screen is a big alligator. Look at that monster. Oh yeah. That is what I wanted to see today. Look at him. Oh my goodness. It's so funny. I was just talking to somebody a few minutes ago and they was talking about these turtles, and I'm thinking, hey man, these turtles scatter when the gator shows up. And they're like, no, they will actually jump on the gator's back and ride. How sick is that? That is rad, man. That's so awesome. All right, let's keep moving, see what else we can find. All right, I've made my way back down here in the paddle boat area, and it looks like we have some retired paddle boats over here just to the right, or where you would get on the paddle boats. And there's actually flipped up on its side. So I'm going to walk along the road here on this path, and there's a little bridge over here and a little waterfall area where a lot of times when I drive by I see people over here fishing, and we're going to take a gander right there, see if we can find us a gator. One more gator. We've got 2 gators today. We're going to see if we can find gator number 3 before we leave. I think we can do it. I'm feeling good about it. This looks very gator-like over here. Maybe even a gator infestation. Okay, I'm gonna stop. This is always a good sign if you're hunting for some gators. Yes, they are alligators in Greenfield Lake. Do not feed, tease, or harass. Yes, I definitely echo that statement. So I'm hoping right down here we're going to see something around this bridge. We'll walk across the bridge and maybe slightly right around the corner. Let's see if we can see something. All right, we made it. We made it worth our while. Look right here. We have some real nature going on. We have some ducks and some geese. And then right here we have a small alligator right off. This is the closest one we've seen yet. This little guy hanging out. Just a baby, very small, right there. That is too cool. So you gotta wonder if that's the baby, where's the mama or daddy at, right? So right here is our gator, and look at these geese. We got some babies over there swimming along. How cool is that? And I mean, they're just right here at this gator. That's pretty awesome. Do I dare push on? Do we try to find another one? I don't know. This is an awesome spot. I am going to walk down around this corner because I just want to see what's around the corner. And then we might circle the way back and wrap this thing up. I gotta ask, I wonder what's up with these steps. I mean, I don't know why you would want steps right here to get down in that water. I mean, when it's just like infested with gators. No, thank you. This is the place where I see people fishing quite a bit. Right here in this area, when I drive by, especially in the evening hours, I see people standing right here where this bird is, this crane. Look at him down there hanging out. Maybe he's looking for some fish because there are always people fishing right here at the waterfall. What's up, guy? You seen any fish? You see that? They actually jump. All right, friends, I walked past the bridge right there behind me where we seen our last gator. I walked down here this area because I talked to some people today. Sometimes you can come down here and see some, must be a pretty big 8-9 footer likes to live in this area. But unfortunately, I do not see him. And I'm not going to go any closer to the water's edge. You know, I'm not leaving this path, in other words. There are way too many warning signs here to do that. But I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much for watching today's vlog, hanging out with me here at the Greenfield Lake Park. This was my first trip coming here. If you come to town on vacation and you want to see some gators, by all means, this is a great spot to come to. Back in the day, the USS North Carolina battleship used to be a good spot, because I can remember going there as a kid and always seeing the gators like around the battleship. But they've done so much work there now, building that new pathway, that wooden walkway around it. Last few times I went there, I've not seen any goose egg, no gators. But this spot right here is really a good spot. So definitely, if you want to see some live alligators, come to Greenfield Lake Park here in Wilmington. You will not be disappointed. All right, that being said, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti and I'm all done today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Until next time, I will see you in our next adventure. And today was a pretty cool adventure. All you guys and gals, please stay safe. So long.